Survivor Confessional Post Tribal Council. Now there's 8 people left in the game. Oh my gosh, but really I was just talking to Angie about how I really expected to be the first merge vote, and yeah, sure, whatever, you should temper expectations, but I am pretty glad where I am right now, and I'm pretty glad that I played the idol well. It didn't look like I had my head up my butt completely. So here's what happened, is I believed that the vote was going to be for Thunder, and that I was going to fake vote for Andrew with Thunder and Kevin to kind of keep the flow of information between me and Joseph good, but Joseph tells me at like 5:40, actually I was sitting at dinner right across from Brennan and right across from Jack, it was nuts, but he tells me that Jack's gathering people to vote me out because it's Jack, and that makes sense. And so I'm freaking out, but I'm like, okay, I'll play the idol, and then I'm like, should we vote for Jack or should we vote for Brennan, because Brennan has the other idol, and plot twist, we can't vote for Jack because he has immunity, which is why he was playing so aggressively. And so the plan was to vote for Brennan, and I talked to Kev, I was like, I heard this, what do you think? And then Kev talked to Joseph independently from me, which I think is really good, because, I don't know, establish that relationship more, build trust there, hopefully, because I think we're gonna need that, because I think it's gonna be me, Kevin, Joseph, which is hilarious. Oh my gosh, what if it's me, Kevin, Joseph, and it's all the veterans, and that's nuts. I hate that I made that sound. Cobra makes those sounds, and I'm picking it up. But yeah. Yeah. So ideally moving forward, we use me, Kev, Joseph, Thunder, and the extra vote at 8 to vote out one of them. And by them I mean Jack, Luke, Zach, and Andrew, preferably Jack. And then there's that. It'd be really nice to win immunity at this next one, but I am not fast, and I get stressed under pressure, so no high expectations. I think my strategic game and my social game are gonna have to carry me. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened. I'm glad it worked out the way that it did. I don't think my heart has beat that loud in a long time, and I've had some high stakes situations this year. Yeah. But I'm building my resume really well. I made the first move against Asia. That was the first big move. Manipulated the vote when it was supposed to be against Kev to get Cole out. Have positioned myself really well so that I'm getting most of the information, and I successfully played an idol, and I don't think I've been on the wrong side of a vote yet. So, here we go.
Hey, Kev out here. Just voted off Brennan. Pretty wild experience. And then all of a sudden we get an email from the tree mail, which has been confirmed as Survivor people, not just random email, as well as coming up from the higher ups. So it's not a BS thing from someone else on staff, but it's from the Botany Club. That's kind of weird that Botany would be part of it. Sorry, I just checked under a little light pole. That's where the last one was supposedly hidden, due to a couple of tips. But the email, okay, so the email says this. This is tough to read. It disappeared. Why does it always disappear? Okay, whatever. Email said something like, golden light shines above, bell chimes at the top of the hour. When push comes to shove, like, you'll want this to be safe or something. It rhymed. It was nice. I can't read it because if I try and read it, my video closes. But anyways, I tried a couple things. I tried by the doors of Guggenheim because we have a bell tower there. It's nice and shiny. It's a golden light. But I also thought, the M. Maybe it's the line, like it's the M. It's the Mayans things. That's like a pretty significant light in golden. It's golden's light, not necessarily just our light. And it said from tree mail. So I was like looking at trees because tree mail. So I went to a tree where stuff lined up with both parts. So like the top of the tower lined up with the M to get that kind of like golden light above a little tower. Didn't do anything with push and shove, but it did have to do with trees. Anyways, everything I tried, not successful. Someone may have already found it. It had been a couple hours since this went out, so they could have already used the tip, located it, and this might already be done. I don't know. I'm a little late to the game. If a couple hours is late. Tough stuff though. Interesting to see what this does to the game. All right, yeah, that's it. Over and out.
We've been out here for half an hour.
And there is still no idol found.
Well, maybe.
Probably.
We're
I
not
don't
really
know.
Sure,
She
the
might have
paranoia
it, but
is
we'll
so real.
Golden
Also,
light, golden light.
Golden light, safe button, push, the blue
Can't-
thing. But
The blue thing with the golden light over it and the safety button,
I
but
can see my breath, but you can't. Also, I'm convinced Jax found the idol.
I'm convinced Allison's found the
I
idol.
think we're gonna empty our pockets.
All right.
This has been Survivor
Wait, do
Golden.
you just want to? Let's empty our pockets.
Right now?
Let's do it.
It's cold, Jack.
Let's do it.
No, like, you have more pockets, you're a guy.
So?
So, like, you have 2 coats on, you have a lot of pockets.
Right, and I'm going to prove that none of them have the idol in them.
You're gonna take your coat off?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're gonna empty your pockets after this.
Yes, absolutely. Here, I'll hold this. Great.
Okay. Ready?
This
Ready?
is ridiculous.
Nothing there. That's the.
That's
That's
the
nothing. That's nothing. That is a kid's blaster card I took earlier because he had 2 blaster cards.
Did your
and I
one
told him he's
resident
not allowed to do
ever
that.
come back with keys?
What?
The one keys you left at the desk, did they ever find their keys?
Not as far as I know, but
That's
also
fair.
like put in the group me, so it's on them. Nothing in that pocket.
Nothing in that pocket.
It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit in this little coin pocket.
You're
I can't
right. Well, maybe.
do it. This. Nothing in there.
that pocket. How many pockets do you have, Jack?
Oh my god, so many
I'm
pockets.
so stressed about this.
Nothing in this
I hope
pocket.
they show all 10 minutes of this footage.
There's nothing in that pocket. You can see. Yes.
Excuse me, can I see?
Yes, you can.
Okay, fine.
This pocket isn't a pocket.
That's yourself. That's you.
That's just so you can get into the interior pocket.
Oh my gosh,
of which
Jack.
there is nothing.
No, there's so many pockets on the inside of this coat.
There's no pocket on this side, I don't think. Oh
Okay.
wait, no, there totally is. Nothing in this pocket.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Nothing in these
Everything.
pockets.
Nothing in those pockets. Is there anything in your hood?
In my hood?
Yeah.
Nope.
Thanks, Jack.
Nothing in my butt pockets.
Nothing in your
You
butt
can see.
pockets.
I think that's all my pockets.
Okay.
Your turn.
Thanks, Jack. Okay. Well, I'll do my scarf first because we know I can hide idols there.
We do.
Nothing in my scarf.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing
Yeah,
in your scarf.
Nothing in my scarf. Nothing in my hat. It's gonna be so cold. I'm gonna ruin my hair. Nothing in my hat. And then I have two pockets here. Open pocket.
Someone walking over by Guggenheim. Do you think that's someone else?
I mean, it's hard to tell because also this is an open campus.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
We got my granola. I brought my granola avalanche in case you need
Thanks, Avalanche.
some hunger while you're out. And then that's my butt.
Yeah, wear it over your ears. It's actually slightly warmer. Oh my god, my hands are so cold.
Survivor Golden. We should switch gloves
Okay.
at some point because it's probably actually dangerous.
Okay.
And then mango pockets. I can't turn them out. But,
Okay.
and coat. It's opened. And it's been closed the whole time you see me, but I have these pockets, nothing in this pocket.
Yes.
And I have this pocket, nothing in this pocket.
Okay.
And then I'm a woman and I have a legging pocket, and that's pretty, you can tell.
That.
nothing's
Yep. No idol sitting in there.
there. And that's it.
Can I see these pockets?
Yes, absolutely. Come look at my pockets.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have no idol.
Okay.
Great.
I feel like neither of us have an idol.
Well,
Cool.
that would be the conclusion, wouldn't it?
Let's go find the idol. It doesn't say until, so it's possible this can only be played when there's 5 or more players left in the game.
Interesting.
I like how he just hid the same idol.
Well, they didn't have time to make a new one.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had a couple on deck.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god, my heart is racing.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
this is a good thing.
I assume you're telling everyone.
I mean, it doesn't really do me any good to not.
No, I don't think it does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not against us using it, but also I don't think you have any reason to trust that right now, so.
I mean, I would trust that, but also I don't.
Right.
It's the both. Ah. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, do you have anything else to say?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. So Jack found the idol, which is near the worst case scenario. Like, not the worst, because I was there to witness him finding it. So it'd be worse if we didn't know he had it. But Jack has the idol, and it's 1 a.m. and I am awake because of this game. This is what Survivor is all about. Yikes. I just keep running it through my head, ways that we can get him to flush it out. Or vote him out. But nothing, so I don't know. Maybe Jack will trust us enough to do something.
Yeah. Day out from a challenge. We are 24 hours from a challenge. I have the producer right here. He won't tell me anything. I have the guy. Lips are sealed.
It'll be a great challenge tomorrow.
Hopefully better than the Avs game because we got smacked. Yeah. And then what's in the making? Let's see. Jack found a mini idol. Big news. Allison told me, but Jack doesn't know Allison told me, so he doesn't know I know. But other people might know later. I don't know. I was kind of confused by that, but my lips are sealed. And then, depending on this challenge, assuming Jack doesn't win immunity, I think we secretly vote him off and convince him not to use the idol, use our secret advantage, and really just get him out of the game because he has crossed Allison too many times, and me and Allison are tight. She's not in ground zero, but we're tight. That's just kind of how it goes. But you know, ground zero is pretty exclusive, so I get it. I understand. But I have thought about teaming up with her all-female alliance because it seemed pretty powerful. But we'll see. We'll see what Survivor brings and decide for the future.
Come on in, guys! All right, welcome to another immunity challenge. First things first, Jack, I'll take that back from you. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. If you win this challenge, you're guaranteed a spot in the final 7 of Survivor Golden and a shot at the prize. Everyone else, Tribal Council, where one of you will become the 15th person voted off. All right, for today's challenge, you're going to be taking place in the Survivor Smoothie Bar. We have an assortment of ingredients here, which I will go over in just a second. Each of you will pick an ingredient, add it to the blender, and then drink a smoothie. First one to show me an empty cup and mouth wins immunity and is guaranteed safe at Tribal Council. I'll go over all the ingredients. All right, first, we'll start with egg. Egg, raw or boiled? Raw. We got vegetable oil, ranch, French sweet dressing, baking powder, tomatoes, mayonnaise, chocolate syrup, salt, ketchup, mustard, relish, hot sauce, syrup, and refried beans. Everything you need for the perfect Survivor smoothie. So Jack, you get to pick first. What is your ingredient that you want in the smoothie? Ranch. Joseph, you're next.
Give me that chocolate.
Kevin, pick an ingredient. Kevin, you gotta pick an ingredient. Kevin picks the hot sauce. Allison. The beans. These are vegetarian refried beans. Andrew. Relish on the table. 2 more ingredients. Luke, you get the thing. Oil on the table. It's getting very difficult. And Zach with the last pick. Ketchup. We'll go with ketchup, oil, relish, beans, hot sauce, chocolate sauce, and ranch. All right, we'll blend up some smoothies, give you guys a second to think, and then we'll get to the challenge. All right, just so the rules are clear, first one to show me an empty cup and an empty mouth and call out Jeff, I will run over, verify, and you'll win immunity. Survivors ready? For immunity, go! And everyone just dive right in, except Joseph. Joseph is scared. Luke going at it. Yep. Wait. Luke continues. Yep. There's more in there. I'm going to see what Ken's got. Luke has less. Done. And Luke wins immunity. On the second go, Kevin was just right behind. Alright, Luke, congrats on your second individual immunity win. You are safe at Tribal, guaranteed a spot in the top 7. Everyone else, I got nothing for you. Hey, let's head back to camp.
Alright, so we just won the Gross Food Smoothie Challenge. Feeling pretty good because I feel like this is the most unstable week for the tribe as we just tried to vote out Allison and it's not going to work. So, you know, we got different camps of thought. Those who are going to try and team up with Allison because now she's going to probably be more willing to stay alive. And those who are, I don't know how many of these I should be taking, but, you know, I got this. We've got a Bucha. Life's gonna be okay. I already feel it like a little ball of hell in my stomach, but you know. Anyways, so there are those who could join up with Allison and use that to their advantage because she's probably scared. And she was a wolf, but this might, you know, keep her a little back. Or she could be even more aggressive. And there's those who are still probably content on getting someone like that out. But now that I have the immunity necklace, I feel like this is the week where I, you know, really just talk to everyone I can. I've been talking to more and more people each week, and so far it's working out well. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I think we should vote out Thunder personally, because he's still not showing up to anything, which means he's pretty checked out. Who knows, could be a strategy. I guess I'll see you at Tribal.
Yeah, no, I feel like in terms of numbers, Allison, Kevin, and Joseph are the threatening group right now.
Yeah. Say a 4, and there's 8 of us left now.
Yeah, and so if it's not one of those 4, then I feel like they just go to the final 4.
And we have Zach.
Zach and Andrew, yeah.
And
Andrew will be with us for sure. Zach will vote Thunder for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like a you, me, Andrew, Zach final 4, honestly.
Neither would I.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, let's make it happen for Thunder on this one then.
Cool.
Cool.
Back to another tribal council. Now we'll bring in the members of the jury. Lauren and Brennan voted out last tribal council. All right. Zach. usually you're lost at tribal council. And
Yeah.
you've got no idea what's happening.
Pretty much.
Is that the same case tonight, or do you finally know what's happening?
Well, let's see when the votes come in. I've got who I'm voting for, and it may or may not align with what everybody else has actually been doing this entire week, because I sure as hell don't know.
Wolves and shepherds, Jeff.
Ah,
Wolves and shepherds. I mean, sheep.
Wolves and sheep.
I
And
mean,
one shepherd. 4 sheep.
Jack, we're down to 8 people in this game.
True enough.
Every vote counts, and this is where it gets intense. How do you feel going into tonight?
I definitely feel vulnerable. I mean, I have enjoyed the necklace a couple times at this point, and like enjoyed the protection that offers. And so, coming out of that, especially as people are talking about people being threats for having won challenges, you know, definitely makes me a little bit nervous and makes me feel vulnerable.
Fair.
Thank you.
Allison, you've seen your name pop up in large numbers in the past 2 tribal councils,
Yeah.
playing your idol last time to keep you safe, but
Yeah.
now you're down 1 idol. How do you feel? Do you feel like you're still a target? And are you still playing that one woman alliance?
Pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think I'm definitely a target, and it's not comfortable to have your name come up and then like playing idle so that you don't go home, but then like there's still kind of some like what's going on. But I think everyone that's here is a target for some reason or another at this point. So there's also
Kev, you haven't seen your name come up in a while. How frustrating is it to come so close to winning individual immunity and then losing by maybe a second or 2, and knowing that Luke is safe tonight, but you're not?
I don't know, Luke looks pretty good right now. Like, I wish I could be that comfortable. I feel pretty cozy, but I'm not that cozy as Luke right now. But it's kind of frustrating to like come that close on a challenge like that, because in a lot of them you're just doing some kind of physical thing, like maybe you missed the basket with a ball or something. But this one you had to drink gross condiments, so to like go all for it and drink gross condiments and then have that not pay off, kind of a bummer. That makes
Exactly.
sense.
You put all your chips in only to come up short.
There's no chips.
Yeah.
There's only condiments.
Condiments.
Yeah.
Zach, your name has come up a few times here and there, especially in the last couple tribal councils. Do you feel like maybe you'll be voted off, or maybe you're being kept around, or maybe you've just got no clue?
Well, I would say on a scale of 1 being I know nothing and I'm pretty much oblivious to the entire game, and 10 being I understand so much that I understand nothing, I'd say I'm about a 9.
All right.
Don't worry about that one too much.
All right. Well, anyone have anything else to add? If not, we'll begin the votes. All right, Jack, you're up first.
I think it's unanimous tonight.
All right, I'll go tally the votes. All right. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. If not, I'll read the votes. First vote, Thunder. Second vote. Jack. That's 1 vote Jack, 1 vote Thunder. Thunder. Jack. That's 2 votes Jack, 2 votes Thunder. Thunder. 3 votes Jack, 2 votes Thunder. No, sorry. 3 votes Thunder, 2 votes Jack. Jack. That's 3 apiece. Jack. That's 4 votes Jack, 3 votes Thunder. Thunder. That's 4 votes Thunder, 4 votes Jack. There's 1 vote left. Someone has played an extra vote advantage. 15th person voted out as Survivor Golden, and 6th member of the jury, Jack. Jack, the tribe has spoken.
Yep, still dazed and confused. Consistently.
Alright, so there's a big blind side in this game, and perhaps one of the best players is out, and we're down to 7. Pack up your bags, and I'll see you at the challenge.
What a night. Boy, did that stress me out. Just voted out Jack. And it was hard. It was really hard. Didn't necessarily feel fully comfortable about it. Was still on my edge. We played the advantage of the extra vote, so luckily me and Thunder sat out that one challenge. Otherwise, a lot of the things we have made happen would not have happened. What else? Yeah, man. Oh, man. It makes me think how important sitting out that challenge was, because I would have been voted out if I hadn't played the challenge. I mean, if I hadn't played my advantage, that really flipped people over on kind of who's up. And then Thunder would have been voted out tonight if we didn't have that advantage, which, not sure how fun Thunder feels in the game. I'm trying to get him motivated to play again, see what we can do. But word of also bringing Joseph in, maybe. That's kind of what's on speculation right now, of kind of like what's possible, what's next. I think Joseph would enjoy being in on the 3, and then it comes down to, when you got down to 4 people, what do? Do we keep, Joseph or Thunder or whatever, if we get that far, or who has idols, or all the loads. So decisions to be made soon. All right, that's all I got. Yeah, sorry for Jack. He played a hell of a game. Very scary player. Yeah, just if you had voted with us earlier, I don't think this would have happened. I think we would have kept him along, but couldn't trust the guy.
Heyo, Survivor Day, back from President's Break here. Just came out of our tribal council for the week, and we voted out Jack successfully. Yeah. It's like a weird feeling. It's a good thing, because I don't think that our, quote-unquote alliance between me and Jack would have lasted, and I think striking last means that you get voted out. Which I think is the lesson that I've learned from the last year's game. But also it sucks because Thunder isn't playing this game, and to be playing so hard and to be so good at the game and to be voted out when there's so many people left who honestly I don't think deserve to be there, sucks, and I can see how that would be really frustrating. But I'm gonna give him a minute, give him some time, and then see where he's at, because I feel really bad. Shit, yeah. At least I'm not crying though. People were crying when they voted me out last year, so yeah, it's good. Strange feeling because I think things are more up in the air, and Andrew was talking about how he thought that the Ground Zero Alliance was me, Kev, and Joseph, which I don't think Kev has thought yet. So that's one to watch out for. If they're like, hey, we think Allison and Joseph are together, and Kev's like, nah, they could pull him, and then him and Thunder and them, and that's me gone. Especially when such a big common enemy as Jack is gone. There's like this reshuffling of alignments and making sure everyone's, I don't know, but I think I'm in a good spot because I've been in the know, but also in a dangerous spot because I've been running most of the votes, and people are probably going to start to notice that. So we'll see. But hopefully I win immunity tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't won one yet, so it'd be fun. But yeah. Alright. Thanks, bye.
Come on in, guys! Alright, welcome back to another immunity challenge. First things first, Luke, I'll take back the immunity necklace. Thank you.
Y'all get it down in the show.
Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. You win this challenge, you win immunity, and you're guaranteed a spot in the top 6 of Survivor Golden. Everyone else, Tribal Council, where one of you will be voted off and become the 7th member of the jury. Today's challenge will test your strength. You'll stand in place and hold a bucket over your head for as long as possible. Last one holding the bucket above your head wins immunity. Alright, survivors ready. Go. Everyone's got to get that bucket above their head and hold it for as long as possible. Andrew already looks shaky.
I'm actually abstracted.
Okay. Okay, make sure your hands up. Part of the bucket. Okay. Finish it up.
I am not a bucket.
None of me has ever been a bucket.
I am not a bucket. It's not somebody.
Yeah, it's like. Alright, everyone, spin around 3 times. Kevin's spinning very slowly. Andrew's got his arms all the way back. I don't know, what is more comfortable? Luke looks like he might be struggling. Luke spilled some water. That will be replaced. Oh no! Thanks, Joe. That's so much more water. Still more. Yeah, more, but still more. Drop that bucket on her face, it won't be pleasant. We're about 5 minutes into this challenge now. In 5 minutes, we'll switch to one. Zach, make sure that bucket's full. That's fine. Roll. Ankle a little bit. Alright, everyone now has to do one lunge. Make sure the bucket stays above your head. I'm gonna be sore. This is what Survivor is all about. Holding water. 6 minutes into the challenge, everyone's starting to get tired. At this stage of the game, immunity could mean everything. You want that guaranteed spot in the final 6. You don't want to be not safe at tribal. But 8 minutes in this challenge. Allison has doing squats, which is perfect for our next mini challenge. Everyone has to do 2 squats. Allison's supposed to do drops, but not enough. Alright, everyone, pick one hand, and that will be your only hand for the rest of the challenge on the bucket. Pick a position. You got 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Thunder's got to be above your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone has one hand on the bucket, and this is where the challenge is going to require mental discipline to stay focused, ignore the pain, and dig deep. And Thunder is losing a lot of water. He's got to get that bucket. He's dropped the bucket below his head and continues to lose water, which means he will gain a significant amount of water.
Everyone else is grabbing me this way. What the fuck? I was like twice the amount Luke got.
You spilled twice. You gotta get that bucket above your head. You got 2 seconds. You're using the other hand. And Zach steps out of the challenge. Thunder is really concentrating. Luke steps down. Thunder has one last push. Allison's spilling water. I mean, she's gonna get some extra water, but she's gotta get that bucket above her head. And Allison drops out of the challenge. It's between Kevin and Andrew for immunity.
Hands slipping. Kick him out.
I think so is Kevin's. Andrew, gotta get that bucket a little higher. There you go.
This is the highest it goes.
That's not good for you. But Andrew spilled some water. He's gonna get a replacement.
It helps.
Kevin needs more water.
Kevin drops the bucket. And Andrew will win immunity. Congratulations on immunity. You guarantee a spot in the final 6 of Survivor Golden. Everyone else, not safe with tribal. One of you will be.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Pretty much back in the same spot as my last confession from last night. But now it's Wednesday, February 20th, I believe. Yeah, I think it's the 20th. And basically just sat down with Allison to go over the rest of the game. Kind of felt like Cam doing some plotting. Did have a big realization that if I make it through this next tribal and I get down to 6, that's when I got voted out season 1. So hopefully I can make it farther in season 1, even though getting voted at 6 at season 1 was kind of a disappointment because there's only 10 people. So season, I don't know, not as impressive. But now, okay. So we just plotted. We plotted a lot of like, what is next? What's next for the game? And here's what we're thinking. So Andrew just won immunity. I got second again. I don't know what to do with these days. I just keep getting second. Andrew won immunity though. We are pretty sure Zach doesn't have an idol, and we think maybe Luke has an idol. So we're gonna tell people we're voting Luke, get him to play his idol, and then vote Zach. And if he doesn't, then he just doesn't have an idol anyways. Then we're gonna vote Luke the next week. And then we're gonna vote Andrew the week after that. And then we're gonna vote Thunder or Joseph. Thunder might want to be a martyr, or we just do a final 3 with Joseph. Haven't decided yet. That's kind of rad. Thunder might be a martyr though. He might be willing to just go out when we need him to go out. He's that kind of guy. Very good dude. And we had a conversation today where it's just like, Kev, I think you can win this, and I kind of want to put you forward. I don't know why he's being that nice, but it's cool. So there's a chance we do that. But yeah, those are like kind of the final steps. It'll be crazy to see if that happens or goes through, or maybe I'll be totally wrong and someone else will have a secret advantage and we'll get blindsided and messed up by it. But that's what we're gonna run with, see what happens.
Tonight is a pretty big vote. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. Andrew won the challenge this week. And so I've been talking with Allison a lot. And I've been talking with Kev a good bit today too. And I think we're going to vote out Zach tonight. And that's just how it's going to be. That'll set up the final three as me, Allison, and Kevin, I believe. So I'm hoping that it's all veterans in the top three. I think that would make it a good season. So that's what I'm going to do. Good luck, us.
Alright, welcome to another tribal council. Now we'll bring in the members of the jury. We got Cole, Lauren, and Jack voted off last tribal council. Alright, first things first. We're down to 7, and after tonight we'll be down to 6. Andrew, this is your first individual immunity win. You guaranteed a spot in the final 6. How does that feel?
Good for now, but scary, because I feel like next tribal is going to be me. I do want to bring up, I'm pretty upset that Thunder doesn't show up to any of the tribals, and he's still playing this game and still gets a vote. And I want that to like be considered in like your guys' perspective.
Alright. Zach.
Yeah.
Another tribal council for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what's going on any more than you have?
Absolutely no idea for this one. Less than normal.
Less than normal?
Yeah.
Okay. Luke, how do you feel going into tonight? Having immunity last week, being safe, and not having it this week?
Well, I'm here, which, can't speak for Thunder, but I do feel that I am probably out next, just the way things have been going, so, I'm trying to get people to vote the people who don't want to play, so they can go out with their, Viking death, send them off to Valhalla if that's what they want, but, people don't want to do that, so I get it. It's a French Revolution, my head's on the guillotine, it's about to come down, it's going to be glorious.
So do you feel like your head is getting chopped tonight?
I mean, it's a target that I have been feeling as of late. Yes, Jeff. Yes.
Fair. How do you feel going into tonight, knowing you've been on the chopping block the last few tribal councils, and knowing that last time you eliminated perhaps your biggest rival in the game, Jack?
I mean, it's not a great feeling whenever you vote out someone who's like making a lot of moves and really powerful. There's like everything shifts, right? So I don't think I'm comfortable, but I'm gonna trust the people that I trust and just see what happens.
All right, Kevin, where are you at today?
It's been a long day, man. Stomach's felt messed up. Today? I don't know. Yeah. I feel like everything keeps getting harder in this game. I don't know, this is the same tribal I got voted out last year, so I don't know. If I make it past this, I guess I'll make it past what I did last year, but getting 7th last year is kind of shitty. Getting 7th this year is like, be cooler. But, yeah.
All right, Joseph, going back to how the game is played and where we're at. sometimes when you get down to that final 2, the jury will look at your resume in the game and see what you've done.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Almost a guarantee will be looked at. So is now the time to start making big moves and build that resume and maybe throw the game into disarray? Or is it play a safe vote this time, make the big move next time? What's happening?
Jeff, you don't win this game with singular big moves. You win this game with strategy from front end to back end. And that's what your resume says.
Alright, that's a good answer. Anyone else have anything to add?
I want to say my last thought is with 7 people left, I truly think tonight is like a pivot point. Like the pivot point of who's going to be the final 3 depends on tonight.
How so?
I don't know. I think like
You'll find out, Jeff.
you'll find out. We'll
Alright.
go with that.
Sounds good.
I'll find out.
Alright. Tension's running high with the final 7 tribal. But before we begin the vote, as you guys know, there have been plenty of twists in this game. And we're about to wheel out another one. Andrew, you're the one with immunity tonight. However, we have a little game that you could play.
Okay.
And perhaps it's a gamble, perhaps it is not. On this board, there are 10 symbols. 2 of them are skulls, and the other 8 are flowers. It is up to you whether you want to play or not, but if you play and you find 6 flowers before you find 2 skulls, you can give another person in this room immunity, and they will be the second person with individual immunity for this vote. If you play the game and you find 2 skulls before you find 6 flowers, you lose individual immunity, and everyone is eligible for the vote tonight. You don't know.
I would.
Part of me is kind of confident that this night's going to turn out okay. That's why I'm going to choose to not play the game.
Alright, well with that, we'll begin the vote. Joseph, you're up first.
There are sheeps, there are wolves, and then there are puppet masters. And we can't have puppet masters in this society.
We all think that Thunder isn't playing. I'm not sure if he is either, but I'm going to use his vote as long as I can because it's still an option to me.
Alright, I'll go tally the votes.
Okay.
Alright, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. If not, I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and the person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Kevin.
Oh.
Zach. It's 1 vote Kevin, 1 vote Zach.
I think I know who that one is.
Thunder. That's 1 vote Kevin, 1 vote Zach, 1 vote Thunder. Zach. That's 2 votes Zach, 1 vote Kevin, 1 vote Thunder. Kevin. That's 2 votes Kevin, 2 votes Zach, 1 vote Thunder, 2 votes left. Zach. 3 votes Zach, 2 votes Kevin, 1 vote Thunder, 1 vote left. 16th person voted out of Survivor Golden, and 7th member of the jury, Zach.
Bueno.
Zach, that is not bringing your torch. The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Bueno. This is
Boy. Alright, we're down to a final 6. That means a few more tribal councils, and then we'll have our final 2, which means the game is up for the taking, and winning immunity here could mean everything at this point. Pack up your bags, and I'll see you at the next challenge.
Not really too bad. Got out now. Thought I was going to be out like 10 councils ago, so I've made it pretty far. I think now the game is pretty much decided, and I think the people that were trying to make big moves in this last voting kind of screwed themselves over for the final two, but things will end up how they end up.
Let's see, Zach just got voted out. We had a big talk about kind of where that puts Thunder in the game of like kind of what's going on tonight and should he be in the game and how these things are working. And obviously we got a new rule towards it. But it's interesting because if people were like, yo, like this is Thunder, like all this, or tell me, Thunder shouldn't be in this game. Only one person voted Thunder tonight. It seemed like there's a massive consensus that they necessarily don't want Thunder in the game. So then they went after me, which is a interesting play, to say the least, of like a weird way of trying to prove that, especially if he comes back into the game. Of like, also like, what do you believe then? If that's like kind of what you think, and is it my fault he's still in this game? I don't know. Just an interesting play though. Really made me think kind of about what's going on and what's left, and it'll be interesting. And if Andrew and Luke don't win this next challenge, one of them's going home. If they do, that changes things, and things will be a little harder. But basically, if they don't win, one of them's going home. So interesting call on their part.
So we're down to 6 now, possibly down to 5. It's looking like my vote swung the final 3, but actually I'm not sure that it did. Zach went home, which is good, and a lot of people are upset about Thunder, which makes a lot of sense. He hasn't really been playing, and it worked out for us this time that he's still counted, but reality is he probably won't be here next week. What that leaves us with is me, Kevin, Allison, the 3 veterans, and Luke and Andrew. And I don't think that they realize how stranded they are right now. They think that Kevin and Allison have been in cahoots since day one. What they don't realize is that it's actually been me and Allison. And then we're bringing Kevin with us to the final 3. And at that point, we're just going to have to let happen what happens. Which is a little scary, but, top 3 ain't bad. I'm in it to win it, though. If I make it past 3, I'm winning this deal. We're getting there. All right.
Come on in, guys! All right, welcome to another immunity challenge. First things first, Andrew, I'll take that necklace back from you. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. The winner of this challenge earns immunity and is safe from the vote at Tribal, guaranteed a spot in the top 5 of Survivor Golden, and guaranteed a shot, 1 out of 5, of winning the $100 prize. Today's challenge is a 4-part challenge. First, you'll take your bean bag and get it into the cornhole hole. If you miss, you have to come collect the bag back to your spot, reshoot until you make it in the hole. Once you make it in the hole, you take your bag and bring it to your corresponding spot on the table where anywhere on the table is good. After that, you come back to your shooting spot, grab your ping pong ball. You must make 4 out of 6 cups. Every time you make a cup, take the cup, dump the water from the cup into one of these pans by the tables, and bring that cup to your table, come back, keep making. Once you make 4 out of 5 cups, you can take it, all of the cups, like the second cup that's left, to the table as well, where you will solve your first puzzle, which is the big piece of paper. Once you solve the first puzzle, call my name, get it checked. If it's right, you'll move on to the second and final puzzle for immunity. All right, we'll drop the spots and we'll get going. Survivors ready? Give me time. 4 immunity, go! Everyone, grab. Allison, you have to take your bag and put it on the table first. Yeah. Everyone else. Thunder keeps missing. Andrew's on the ping pong. Allison makes her second, pulling ahead in this challenge. Kevin gets a bad bounce, has to chase it. Thunder gets Allison on the throw.
So we can just hit people's things if we're in the way?
Andrew makes it. Thunder makes it in the hole. Allison's got 2 cups to go. Andrew has 4 cups. Andrew almost makes Kevin's cup.
That count for me, I think. I think it's good.
Well, he carries back. And everyone but Thunder on the ping pong.
That's the worst.
Thunder overshoots again. Kevin just misses. Andrew just misses, has to chase. Okay, pause the challenge, guys. Pause. Alright, survivors ready. Woo! Go! And everyone's back in action. Thunder misses again. Everyone misses their shot. 3 collected balls. Allison just misses. Joseph just misses. That's so right! Allison continues to miss. Andrew goes in and out of the cup. Allison gets her cup. She only needs to get 1 more. Joseph makes the cup. Thunder misses the beanbag. Luke just misses the cup. Allison's got 2 cups to go. Andrew barely misses. Joseph's got 3 cups to go. Andrew makes the cup. He's got 3 to go. Joseph makes the cup. He's got 2 to go. Allison in the lead. Hey, fuck you. Only have to make 4 or 5. Kevin makes his first cup. Luke's still looking for his first cup. Andrew makes his cup. He's down to 2 cups. We have 3 people on 2 cups. Kevin on 4. Thunder and Luke both on 5, but Luke makes his. Joseph makes his final cup. He's on to the next part of this challenge. He'll try to complete the first puzzle. Thunder makes it.
Big piece pepperoni.
Kevin makes it, yeah. Big
Oh
piece
my
of
gosh.
paper. Allison makes her cup. Dang it. Allison and Joseph both working on the puzzle. Kevin, Andrew, and Luke still shooting 2 cups. Kevin and Andrew down to 2 cups each. Kevin makes his cup. He's onto the puzzle. Andrew makes it. He's onto the puzzle. Everyone working slowly through the puzzle. Andrew's made no progress. Kevin's made no progress. Joseph has the lead right now. Huge lead in this puzzle. Luke's still shooting ping pong balls. Thunder is caught up really quick. Joseph.
Oh, I understand now.
Allison finally makes
Okay.
and she has fallen behind to Joseph, who's struggling on the last part of this puzzle here. Luke's still struggling to make his final 2 cups. Luke has a lot of work to do if he wants a chance at immunity. Andrew thought he had something, yet to make any progress on the puzzle. Allison making some progress. Joseph thinks he has the first puzzle. He does. He's on to the last and final part of this challenge. Meanwhile, Luke is still at the first part, or the second part, with Thunder. Thunder makes his last cup. He's onto the puzzle. Andrew's struggling on the last step of the puzzle.
Fuck this.
Joseph thinks he has it figured out on the final puzzle. That's correct. Kevin's on to the next part of this challenge. Him and Joseph. Allison's still trying to figure out the first puzzle.
You know what?
Andrew's been stuck on the same part of the first puzzle for 5 minutes, but at least he's not Luke. Allison has it. She's on to the last part of this challenge. Someone else but Andrew on the second part of the puzzle. Andrew's been stuck on this puzzle for a very long time. All he has to do is unscramble the letters.
I know.
Luke made his final ball, and he's on to the last parts of this challenge. Drinking some water on the way there, and now he's onto the puzzle. Everyone's working on the puzzles. Joseph had a huge lead going into this.
Don't you say a thing.
And Andrew has now put many words on his sheet. None of them are the correct word. All he has to do is unscramble 7 letters. This is what happens in Survivor when you're tired, worn out, and probably hungry. Andrew's struggling with perhaps the easiest part of this challenge and thinks he has it. Not correct. He has it.
No freaking way.
Luke has it. He's freaking way. It's players. It is players. Blues and Andrew, who finally gets to move on to the next part of the puzzle. Everyone on this final part of the challenge, Luke hasn't brought himself back into this game and could still win immunity. Andrew might be hopeless because the second puzzle is way harder than the first. Joseph has been stuck for a while, making 0 progress. Joseph can't even remember who was in the game, let alone players voted out.
Oh, I see now.
Kevin thinks he has it figured out. That's going to be a lot of work to catch up. Kevin,
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that.
Luke and Joseph trying to work together now. Only one person wins immunity. Kevin and Allison working very closely together, trying to win individual immunity as a pair. Allison wants to check. Something is not right. This is now turned into a pairs challenge for individual immunity. Andrew's starting to write things down. Thunder trying to make some progress.
So it's just
You have the first 1 correct. Something might be wrong after that. You have the first 7 correct. Something might be wrong. Joseph wants to check. First 3 are correct. Hey, Jeff. Luke wants to check. First 3 are correct. And Allison wins immunity with a lot of help from Kevin. Allison, your first individual immunity win in 2 seasons of Survivor. You are safe from the vote, guarantee a spot in the top 5 of Survivor Gold. Everyone else eligible for the vote, where one of you will be voted off, and for the record, be the 17th person voted out of Survivor Gold.
Anyone doesn't know.
I got nothing for you. Pack up your bags, head back to camp. I'll see you at Tribal.
So here's the whoopity.
The whoopity.
Yeah. All right. So I'm obviously being voted out tomorrow.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
However, I believe that would be ensuring a final 2's victory, if you catch my drift.
No, I don't.
As in, there are 3 possibilities going on here.
Okay.
You obviously are so sure of yourself, which means you have a final 2 with either Allison or Kevin.
Okay.
Everyone knows that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Then there's Kevin and Thunder.
Okay.
Kevin obviously has Thunder.
Okay.
And then there's Kevin and Allison.
Okay.
So what you're betting on here is that whoever your final 2 is with is going to take you over their other final 2.
Okay.
Now, here are my points.
Okay.
If it's Kevin and Allison and you're with Allison,
Okay.
which would be the most sense to me, which is what I think it is.
Okay.
Allison really doesn't care who she takes because she's going to win. So, like,
Okay.
she's played the hardest game out of all of us.
Okay.
There's no denying that.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyone who goes to the final 2 with Allison, yikes. Then there's you and Kev, dog.
Okay.
Which is the other combination you could have.
Okay.
But why would Kevin not take Thunder, who we all despise for not playing the game?
Okay.
So there's that final 2.
Okay.
Maybe you have no final 2 alliance and you're just a rogue. In which case, there is an opportunity, because you would still have the numbers to eliminate me and Andrew after this week's vote.
Okay.
So why would you not use that to eliminate one of those 2 threats?
Okay.
Also, we've been talking to everyone, or at least I have.
Okay.
And it appears that Allison and Kevin are both curious as to how they could get each other out.
Okay.
And may flip and that would cause us to go to rocks because it would be 3-3.
It would be 3-3 in that case.
And so, if you want to go to rocks, you stay firm. If you don't, that's where I'm leaving you.
Okay.
Do you have anything you'd like to offer?
I don't know.
I know
It
it's
seems
shady
like-
coming because I'm voted out next, but at the same time,
I am scared because I think Kevin and Allison have been going since day one.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's what's been going on. So you have a concern, and that concern is fair. Man, I don't know. Where's Andrew on this?
Andrew and I are just here to stay alive one more week, maybe.
I don't know. Okay, so it's obvious that Kevin and Thunder are together. Otherwise, Thunder wouldn't have shown up
Yeah.
to the challenge.
Of course, yeah.
I almost feel like Allison's alone on this one, but that does make sense. She's got to be with Kevin right now.
She's with Kev, for sure. I can tell you that because when we voted out Asya, I had talked to Asya, right? Because I was playing the role of a pawn, essentially, to just... She was a bigger shield because she was the bigger target, so I kind of slipped under the radar that way.
Okay.
And I didn't really get involved until when she got voted out because I went to her that day. We were voting off someone, I think, who was like not really as devoted that we deemed.
Yeah.
So we were it was gonna be an easy vote like that.
Okay.
And then I told Asya that's a prime time to vote off Kevin or Allison or Jack as these big players. So I went to Kevin as the only one of the other big players that I felt I could talk to. And we talked, but then he immediately after we talked, he said, "Hold up, I gotta go talk to someone." He went and talked to Allison.
Oh.
And then he came back and said, "Yeah, we're voting out Asya." I was like, "All right," because I put her name out there to say like I'm just here to get a big player out right now. So it was Allison and Kevin who changed that vote, and he called Allison for confirmation on what to do. So obviously they have a pact since that vote.
Right, that makes sense.
So there's my evidence for that.
That makes sense. I don't know. If they had it then they've had it since the beginning.
Yeah. So the only way to ensure that final two doesn't happen, because that's 3 votes already.
Yeah, that's true.
Thunder, Kevin, Allison. Thunder told me he's not. I tried to tell because Thunder likes chaos. So I was like, Thunder, why don't you just change votes? He's like, I can't. I promise, Kev. And like that runs deep. And Thunder doesn't care about the game to win. He just wants Kevin to win.
Yeah. That's true. Oh man.
So
you make good points.
That's what I'm here for.
So who are you and Andrew gonna vote for?
Well.
But then we're at rocks.
See, that depends.
Why does it depend?
Because if Kevin and Allison stick to their word and you hop on board, then we're not at rocks.
Yes, because it will be 3-3.
No, then it would be 4-2.
Because Thunder.
If Kevin or Allison flips, like they said they may.
If they flip on each other.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, obviously you avoid rocks by voting me out and then voting Andrew out, but then you
Right.
ensure your game if you don't think your final 2-pact is strong enough.
Right.
Or if it's with Allison, because we know the jury's going to be voting that way.
Right. Oh, I see. But if you tell, then the only choice is to vote out Kevin.
That's what I was thinking. Because really, there shouldn't be a puppet master in the game. No one should have 2 votes. So.
Yeah, because if you told.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
what Thunder's said to me, and he's said that he doesn't want to play before that. It's all just a scheme for Kevin to have 2 votes.
Until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then Kevin will get to decide who gets to be in his final 2.
That's fair. That's a good point.
And I don't think he's taking Allison. But I also
You
don't
don't think?
Because I don't think he would win. I think he's gonna. I told him the risk of everyone he could take to final 2. And I said you were his best option,
Yeah,
but I don't know
true.
if you two have been talking.
That's
So I
true.
said people might vote Kevin or Thunder to win out of spite of Kevin using Thunder's vote. And then if he goes with Allison, Allison's playing the hardest game.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's a good point. Then how do we get Allison to flip on Kevin?
You know, if she sees that there's an opportunity for her to go out by rocks and she already knows what's happening, then I think she's gonna flip.
That's fair.
And take the opportunity.
That's not bad. That's a good point. I mean, it would work.
The question is, are you gonna say this now and then vote with them tomorrow?
I don't know yet.
All right, fair enough. At least this time you're being honest.
As opposed to
last week.
Yeah, you're right. You're welcome.
I kind of figured it was gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know yet.
I'm just saying, the final 6. This is the pivot point.
I thought last week was the pivot point, Luke.
That's what Andrew said, and Andrew thought. But no, this is the pivot point because now we decide. Because unless chaos ensues after this, whoever is in whoever's in control is in control.
That's true. That's true. There's no going back.
So there's a lot to consider.
That's very nice. That's a lot to think about. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about it this whole game because I've seen it slowly form.
Yeah.
Kevin's rise to power, Allison's dominance. Those have been slow and steady this whole time.
That's true. Give me a lot to think about, Mr. Luke J. Allison. Who are you gonna talk to, Allison then?
I mean, if you're gonna seriously consider.
I'm considering it, yeah.
I have talked to Allison. She said she'd get back to me. She's yet to do so, which means I don't think she's gonna vote unless she sees the possibility of rocks. Or the numbers.
Okay.
Do you have a final 2 with these people? I mean, that's up to you to say, but
I mean,
I would consider that pact not to be so certain.
Nothing certain. Ever.
Yeah, it isn't certain ever. Just how we thought. Just how Jack should have played that freaking idol. Got voted out. God. Had I known he had it, I would have been like, play your damn idol, son. God. Just how I thought, Thunder was the easy person to vote out.
Yeah, yep.
But no.
Yep, no. It's been dragged out.
I was too wholesome in my thinking that we would just eliminate the player who's obviously been cheating the system, but I guess not.
He got lucky one night.
He did. And he's lived on.
He has lived on because he would have been gone the night of that show. Oh, God. Okay.
Alright, welcome back to Tribal Council. And now we'll bring in the members of the jury. Lauren. Wow, that's not something you see every day.
Look in here.
Alright, well, first things first. Welcome to one of the final few tribal councils. We're down to 6, and we'll be down to 5 after tonight's vote. Allison,
Yes.
you are safe from tonight's vote with your first individual immunity win.
Yeah.
Not of just this season, but of 2 seasons. How does it feel winning immunity and knowing you're safe tonight?
I mean, yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, it feels good. I would rather have immunity than not have immunity, so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Kevin, during the challenge, about halfway through, maybe more than halfway, you decided to refocus your efforts from winning the challenge for Kevin to winning the challenge for Allison. How does that work into your game, knowing that at the end of the day, Survivor is an individual game, and maybe the jury will take note of that in the future, or maybe it can cost you here tonight?
A couple comments on that. Every time you looked at my sheet, you told me I had no progress, so it didn't seem like I was doing much for me. And I'm pretty good at getting second, so I do what I do best and lock down another second.
Joseph, where are you at tonight? Are you feeling safe? Are you feeling unsafe? Name on the block? What's happening?
Whenever you don't have immunity, it always seems like your name's on the block.
I'll wear your shirt.
So you never can tell, really. But 10 out of 10, I'm here to win. So whatever happens, happens.
Jeff, I'm here to win 11 out of 10.
And there we go. Some trying to win more than others, as
That's
evident.
popcorn.
Andrew, where are you at tonight? Obviously on the chopping block, perhaps.
Perhaps. Not gonna lie, I think tonight's my night. I had a lot of fun playing this game. It was really good. I sucked at that last puzzle, but like, it was a lot of fun doing it. I want to thank you all for playing a great game. Can't breathe very well right now. But gender roles, none of those, man. Okay, if they can wear it, I can too.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's
Yeah.
what I like to see here on Survivor Golden.
All right.
Luke, does it frustrate you at all knowing that perhaps if you had gotten past the ping pong ball earlier in the challenge, you may have won immunity just based on everyone else's performance, and you may have been the one safe tonight?
You know, Jeff, you just put some Hello Darkness over that, some gray tones, slow it down a little bit. You get my mood. Sad time at Ridgemont High. Sad time. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too crucial because, I mean, I would have to win immunity here on out, feels like, in order to be safe. But things can happen. Who knows?
So do you feel like your name is on the line today and that you may be joining the jury?
You know, Andrew and I we feel like it could be a nice coin toss right now. And then heads, it's Andrew, tails, it's me. But they already decided it. So really, it's like, two faces coin. Before it gets burned, it's just like, one of us has our name on the list, and we're gone.
All right. So yeah, it's pretty clear at this point in the game where the lines are drawn, and barring any flips or blindsides or twists in the game, Andrew and Luke, you guys feel like you are definitely on the bottom. Is that correct?
People have been spoken to, facts have been laid out. Could be a pivotal vote, but right now it's seeming like people are going to get buried, and then how it be is going to be how it be, and one person's going to come out top, and I could probably tell you who that's going to be.
Ooh. Who do you think it's going to be?
Not for me to disclose right now.
Fair enough.
I want to say right now, I think it's going to be Kevin and Allison in the final two. Just by the way I've seen the game so far. My vote's out there. That's what I think.
Okay. Joseph, does that concern you at all? That your name isn't even mentioned in a final two, and that perhaps you're just another puppet in yet another season?
Big time, Jeff, that's something that I've always got to be aware of, and sometimes it feels like that, that could happen, really. And so, at any point, I really got to weigh my options and see what's going on, get the lay of the land. And I think I've been doing a pretty good job at that this season. Trying to look out for myself.
There you go. There's a possibility that all three returners from last season could, after tonight, be in the top 5 of Survivor Golden. How does that work out? Andrew, how do you feel about that?
I think good on them for being returners and playing the game right and changing their strategy around to make it to the end. I also think you just threw a big target on their head, but at the same time, I don't think there's anything that Luke and I can do. So that might be it. That might be what it comes down to. I'm ready to see the war that comes between these 3 people right here. So it's going to be wild.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyone have anything else to add?
I mean, if you're gonna flip Thunder because he doesn't want to play, Kevin's keeping him in. He told me that. It's his promise to Kevin that's keeping him in. So, I'd rather have people who are dedicated to the game in the game. So, putting that out there.
So are you saying your vote tonight will be for Thunder? And you're
Absolutely.
announcing that? Okay. Andrew, are you on the same page as Luke?
I don't think any other vote's going to do any good, so my vote's Thunder.
Alright, so we have 2 declared votes for Thunder. Obviously, everyone will still go and vote. But with that, if anyone wants to add anything else, you may. Otherwise, we will begin the vote. Kev, you're up first this time.
Talk too much.
You really are playing the game really well. You're doing all the things that I would do if I were you, but I have immunity tonight, and so I think that's working to my advantage.
Alright, I'll go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. This is the last tribal council to play a hidden immunity idol. If not, the votes will be read, and once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Thunder. Luke. It's 1 vote Thunder, 1 vote Luke. Thunder. Luke. That's 2 votes Thunder, 2 votes Luke. th person voted out of Survivor Golden, an 8th member of the jury, Luke. Luke, that is enough. Please bring me your torch. Luke, try to spell. It's time for you to go. Adios. Alright, we're down to 5 in this game. Andrew, clearly on the outs, fighting for his life, probably needs immunity every challenge here on out. Pack up your bags, head back to camp. I'll see you in the next challenge.
I knew it was coming, so I guess I'm feeling neutral. I know who I'm voting for if they make the final 2. Other than that, I mean, it was a fun time before the shenanigans happened with things happening, but yeah. Good old game. I played hard, played my heart out, so that's all you can ask for.